Today we're taking a look at the PGYTECH Bettle Clip. There are tons of videos out there showing how the mechanism works, how to release the plate, and even how to secure or lock this button right here. These are like the main features. But what I want to focus on right now is, first off, the material choice. Let's see right here. So the main body seems to be made out of anodized aluminum, and it has some sort of bluish green color. But if you turn it around, the back plate is black. And a lot of people ask me whether it's made out of metal or plastic. And to me it seems like it is plastic, because just listen. This is metal. And this is, it feels a little bit plasticky. But I do think that it serves one special purpose, because plastic is able to bend and flex a little bit more, so it can create a better tension on the actual strap that you place the Bettle clip on. So to me, it's really a benefit of having this made out of plastic rather than metal. There might be just one issue. If we see right here, there is this tiny metal bar right here, which is inside of the plastic, and I can't really tell how it is embedded into the plastic. So it doesn't really seem weak, it doesn't feel weak, but it looks a little bit flimsy, I would say. But I've never had any issues with it. Let's close it back again. Now let's have a look at the base plate when it's mounted on the Bettle clip. If I try to push it right here, it doesn't move at all. It's really secure. I can't push it out. But if I put it out like this and take a bigger lens and I try to mount it on here, you can see that there is the tiniest bit of flex, but it didn't really bother me like whenever I used it, so no issue for me there. Let's put the lens away. Let's go to my last point in this short little review. So again, I want to show how the mechanism works right here. And I take a standard camera strap, for example, just this Peak design camera strap, and I try to mount the Bettle clip onto here. I open it up, I place it inside, and what I have to make sure right here is that I'm using the right setting. So for this strap, because it's rather thin, I'm using the innermost setting. Alright, now I need to push it down a little bit, grab it with the latch, and then just close it really tightly. Okay? And now it is closed. Alright. And now you might be able to see that there is a little bit of flex on the bottom plate. But to be honest, it feels really secure. So right now, I can't pull it out right here, even if I'm trying to really hard. So again, I think the plastic bottom plate, it serves a purpose by creating this kind of tension on the camera strap. Alright, let's open it up again and show a different kind of strap, because I'm not always mounting it on my backpack or my strap or whatever. What I'm doing is I'm using my belt. So if we take this standard leather belt, I would say it's about maybe 3 millimeters thick, and if I try to mount the Bettle clip on this belt right here, we're facing one small issue. So right now I cannot use the innermost setting right here. I have to use the second setting. And what this creates right here is some sort of a I would say, triangular shape, because if I'm closing it right now, you can see, or at least I hope you do. Let's place my hand behind it. I think now we can see there is some sort of a triangular shape, so it's not an even pressure on the belt. And depending on the thickness of the strap, it might not work as well. So especially in my case, straps and belts which are just a tiny bit thicker than a normal camera strap, for example, they tend to work not as great if the belt would be even thicker, for example 6 to 7 millimeters. I can imagine that it's working much better because it can create a much more even pressure. Right now, I think it's not that even. It still feels secure, because if I'm trying to pull it right here, it's going out really slowly. But this is the only issue that I faced. And other than that, I'm really happy. And I think that's about it for this small review. If you have any question, please just ask me and I will try my best to answer it.
A tutti, questo a parer mio è un ottimo supporto per la macchina fotografica. Allora, piccola delusione, non è interamente in ferro come si lascia intendere. Questo è tutto in ferro, questo è in plastica, il che fa sì che il gancetto dove è attaccato ha pochissima plastica con rischio di rottura. Spero che non si rompa mai, veramente, spero che non si rompa mai. Allora, partiamo subito. Possibilità di mettere la sicura o togliere la sicura per far sì che l'arca Swiss non esca. Il prodotto è ben costruito, si può mettere in 6 posizioni, quindi vedete questi 3 gancettini qui si attaccano a questa e non si muove. Si possono mettere 2 posizioni, quindi stretto o largo, in base alla fascia dello zaino, alla cintura, eccetera eccetera, a cui lo dovete attaccare. Si può mettere in verticale o in orizzontale. Cosa che non mi è piaciuta molta, oltre al fatto che non è totalmente in ferro, è questa. Io metto l'arca Swiss e posso sbloccare. Ora, come funziona il blocco e lo sblocco? Qua all'interno c'è questa pettina e questa si abbassa e si alza premendo questo. Se io lo metto in blocco non si abbassa più e questo non si dovrebbe muovere, ma anche se è messo in blocco questo si abbassa lo stesso. Potevano creare all'interno un sistema con cui io o chiunque lo usava, premendo questo pulsante, mettendo questo pulsante sul blocco, scusate, mettendo questo pulsante sul blocco, questo non si abbassi e invece si abbassa lo stesso. Altra cosa che non mi è piaciuta: supporto fino a 20 kg dichiarati dall'azienda. Il gancio è molto robusto, vi devo dire che lo uso da circa 5 mesi, è fantastico. Un'altra cosa che non mi è piaciuta, scusate avevo dimenticato di dirvelo, è il fatto che quando si attacca la macchina fotografica puoi regolare se metterlo un po' più avanti o un po' più indietro, ma in questa posizione, svitando, non accade nulla. In questa posizione, ecco, vedete, questo è il problema. In questa posizione, invece in questa posizione all'interno, se vedete, c'è una filettatura che serve a far uscire la vite. Ora io dico, che senso ha poter svitare questo? Secondo me non ha senso, ma ciò comporta che ogni volta che andrete a svitare la macchina fotografica c'è il rischio che si esce il perno, ed è una cosa fastidiosa, perché vi posso garantire che ogni volta che sviterete la macchina fotografica da qui, questo uscirà sempre. Quindi state molto attenti, portatelo in avanti o comunque ruotate poco poco svitandola e fatelo scorrere da questo lato, quindi verso la scritta, perché dall'altro lato si svita e invece da qui no. Questo è tutto. Il supporto, ripeto, comunque è un ottimo supporto. Ho portato massimo 2 kg e 100 circa di attrezzatura sopra questo gancettino, non si è mosso minimamente né dalla cintura né lui ha dato segni di cedimento, quindi non mi resta altro che consigliarlo, nonostante le 2 doti nolenti della plastica qui, notate anche la differenza di colore della plastica qui e del fatto che si svita sempre. Per il resto è fantastico.
I'm not sure how long that's going to last until that bends a lot more or completely breaks. Because when you do have it clipped onto something, depending on how thick it is, it does put quite a lot of force onto that small thin metal bar. And sometimes if it's on there really tight, you might have to like put like a key in here or something small to like help you lift it out, because sometimes your finger is just not able to release it. But I'll show you how it works. This is the base plate that it comes with. It's an Arca Swiss plate. I have it mounted on my Canon R7. So to put it in, you just slide it. Let's see. Oops. It slides in like that, and then you can lock it. So we'll lock it, and then it's not going anywhere. It's super, super stable. Like you could yank on this thing as hard as you can, and it's not going to come out. So in order to release it, you'll flip the switch, and then you press it in. By pressing it in, it's going to release the lever, so you can slide it out, and then you can see that the lever is dropping when you press it. Again, locked, unlocked. I've only had one instance out in the field. For whatever reason, I don't even know how it happened, but I have it mounted on my belt, so the camera sits like this on my belt, on my waist, and for some reason, I might have not had it fully engaged, and the camera kind of like backed out and slid and fell onto the ground. Luckily, I was on dirt, and it bounced off my foot, and it saved the camera, and nothing happened. But ever since then, I've been pretty scared using this clip, so every time I wear it on my belt, I'm always constantly checking it and forcing it in, tugging on it to make sure it's not going anywhere, and always making sure that I have it locked whenever I'm not using it. But other than that, I love the clip. It works well. I just don't know how long it's going to last until this part breaks. So I'd have to give it probably a 4 out of 5 stars, just only because that metal bar might not last very long. But yeah, that's my review on the PGYTECH Bettle Clip.
The PGYTECH Bettle Kameraclip has been a total game changer for my photography and videography setup, and after using it for a few months, I can't imagine going back to my old way of carrying my camera. If you're constantly on the move, whether you're hiking, traveling, or shooting in fast-paced environments, this quick-release camera clip is exactly what you need. No more fumbling with straps, digging through bags, or missing the perfect shot because your camera wasn't ready. With this clip, my camera is secure, accessible, and always within reach. The build quality is top-notch. Made from durable aluminum alloy, it feels strong yet lightweight, and the locking mechanism is super secure. There's no way my camera is coming loose accidentally. It easily attaches to my backpack strap, belt, or bag, and once it's on, my camera stays put even when I'm moving around. I've hiked up steep trails, biked through rough terrain, and even sprinted to catch a sunset shot, and this thing holds like a rock. What really sets it apart is the quick release clip. With a simple push of a button, my camera is free and ready to shoot. No twisting, no unscrewing, just one smooth motion. I'm capturing the moment. The HAFTUNGSAUSSCHLUSS compatibility is a huge plus. It works seamlessly with my tripod, so I can go from handheld to mounted shots in seconds. It's also versatile enough to work with my Sony, Nikon, and Fuji cameras, as well as action cameras like my GoPro. The comfort factor is unreal. Unlike bulky straps that dig into neck or shoulder, this clip evenly distributes the weight and keeps my hands free. I no longer feel fatigued after long shoots, and it makes navigating crowded areas way easier. Whether you're a professional photographer or a travel vlogger or just someone who likes taking epic shots without the hassle, this clip is a must-have. Honestly, I wish I've gotten it sooner. It has completely streamlined my shooting process, made carrying my gear more comfortable, and helped me capture moments I would have missed otherwise. If you want to upgrade your photography setups, do yourself a favor and grab this PGYTECH Bettle Kameraclip. It's worth every penny.
Okay guys, check this out. This is the PGYTECH Bettle Clip, and it allows you to clip your camera to a backpack, belt, or whatever has a strap really. It has an Arca-Swiss universal plate, so you can take this off the clip and put it on a tripod if you have an Arca-Swiss tripod head, and it even has a lockable quick release. And here's how it looks on a backpack, and yes, it is insanely secure.